Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell by the title again, we're doing another celebrity inspired look. This one is from the Golden Globes. That was done on Taylor Swift. Now this year's Golden Globes, she also attended, but I didn't find any of the makeup to be over the top or just something that was like different that I really felt inspired to recreate. But this one I really did like, so I'll have the photo obviously in the thumbnail, and then on my Instagram there'll be a detailed description of what I used and everything today for this tutorial. But we're just gonna keep it a little bit simple today with some very clean skin, and then going in with this nice like navy smoky eye that she was rocking on the red carpet. So I hope that you like the tutorial, and let's just jump right into it. So now that my face is primed, I am going in with my trusted Bobbi Brown color corrector. I usually don't go a day without using this under my eye because I do have quite dark circles. So it really helps to take out any blue or purple that's under the eye. Just do a little bit of like a healthy, generous serving of it, and then we'll blend it right in. So the winter weather has really gotten to my skin. So I am having a little bit of like hyperpigmentation coming up. They're not really like a super active acne. It's more just coloring, except for this side. This side came up the other day. I mean, I probably had maybe some cheese. I think I had cheese when I went out for dinner, and usually dairy affects my skin quite nasty the day after. But there's just a couple areas here where I'm quite red. The Canadian winter is like not loving me right now. So I'm just going to use my concealer, and I kind of do like a broad area, so I use less foundation. And I go around my nose as well because I have a little bit of redness there too. And then I'm just going to take a little brush here and kind of like buff the areas in. And then when I go over with my foundation, it will really blend everything together. But I just get kind of a fair visualization of like where I want to take down some of my pigment. That Giorgio concealer though, it is a gem. It is so good. And the texture of it's really fine, which I like because then it's not going to be a thick, heavy concealer. It just kind of looks like skin, but it will take down any pink that's in the skin. Now in the photo of Taylor, it didn't look like she had a lot of bronzing or even contouring going on. Her face actually looked quite paler than mine even is, but I think that's her natural complexion shade. So with me, I'm just gonna do a soft brushing of a little bit of bronzer just to get a little bit of shape, but nothing too over dramatic. You could possibly even skip this step if you're doing this at home. Just based off the photo, she was quite fair, and then it was more like a pop of blush that you could see on the cheek. Everything just looked very clean, nothing was forced for shaping or anything. So for my blush, I chose the cream blush from Fenty Beauty in Petal Popping. Just a really soft pink. And to match the blush with some highlighter, I'm gonna still stick with Fenty Beauty, and I'm gonna use the Lightning Dust and Crystal Fire. This was just a very soft, pale highlight. Almost more on like the silvery side than anything gold, because again, her complexion was quite fair in the photo and nothing was warm, bronzy, or gold. We're gonna match up the glowy skin to that type of fair type glow. Ooh, do you see that? That hits the light quite nicely. Okay, so that was numero uno. And then I'm gonna go in with numero dos, which is a little bit more of a intense highlight. And I'm just gonna reflect that right on the top of the cheekbone. And I might do a little bit on the center of the nose. So to prime my eyes, I'm just gonna use a little bit of MAC's Bare Study Paint Pot. It has a little bit of like a champagne shimmer in it, but I just like to have this as a nice base. I really find that it does hold my eyeshadow throughout the day. Okay, so to start the eye, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Makeup by Mario. This is the Ethereal palette, and I'm just gonna take that cool toned brown, and we're gonna put that right into the crease. So it's just enough to kind of carve the crease out and create a little bit of that shaping. Because with this look, she almost went for like a little bit of a smoky eye effect, and then definitely like lashes took over. I'm just gonna add a very soft crease define. And then I'm going to take a little bit onto the outer corner of the eyes. So middle of last year, Sephora released these new colorful eyeshadow sticks and liners. They go on like a dream. They are super smooth to work with. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this navy blue. I think it's in the shade Navy Shimmer. And I'm just gonna start to carve out a little bit of that outer corner just to make it a little bit deeper. Kind of add in like a little bit of a flick going out. And then I'm gonna also connect a little bit of that into my crease. And then I am going to take a very small definer brush, and we're going to blend it out before it sets down. Now I will say these shadows give you a little bit of time before they're going to go down into like their true state. Now in my collection, when I was trying to find some matte navies in powder form, I do have this little like Lawless Winter Beach, and they have a really nice navy powder in there. And then I also have this like older kit from Smashbox that has this almost like shimmery navy. So I'm torn between the two. I might try to make them both work, but I think to start I'm gonna go in with the Lawless one, the Winter Beach, and this is called Deep Sea. It's a matte rich navy. And we're just gonna kind of trace over that Sephora liner just to make it a little bit more smoky. Next, I'm gonna take a blender brush and just really soften out the crease. This hair look looks like it was extremely blended out. Take that same Lawless shadow and we're gonna create a little bit of an underline because she did have this softly across the lower lash as well. And it just kind of swooped out a little bit. I'm not sure the exact shades that they have used on this, but this one is called Lotus Luxe and it's from Pat McGrath. And I know that Pat McGrath collaborated with Taylor Swift a lot on her Midnights album. So I'm not too sure if this is something that they had used, but it looks very similar to like that color that's right across the lid. I'm going to take it a little bit down into the bottom lash line as well. Just little traces. And then from the same palette, this is the Celestial Odyssey Mothership Mega palette from Pat McGrath. There is a shade here called Heavenly Body. I'm going to use this because in close-up photos I can almost see a little bit of more of a champagne silver sparkle that is right on top of the lid. So one of the photos that I'll have on my Instagram is like a close-up one where you can kind of see a little bit more of a reflect of that type of like champagne silver glitter. So I'm going to apply that right on top of Lotus Luxe, just in the center areas and inner corner. I truly don't think it would be a Taylor Swift look without adding a little bit of black eyeliner, and I think in the photo it's either the lashes or she's got a bit of like liner across the top, so I'm just going to do a very thin line just to kind of elevate my lash line a little bit. And one of my newfound favorites for liners is actually this Benefit They're Real Extreme Precision liner. I like it because the shape of it is almost square instead of doing a round circular hold. You get a little bit better of a grip with this one, and I do like the brush head on it as well, as it goes quite fine and precise. So we'll just go ahead and add that line now. And I'm just winging it out slightly. I'm not doing a dramatic wing because in the photos it could be because they were at a distance on the red carpet, but it is hard to see if it's a wing, but I see a majority of it just being a very intense lash. So we're gonna try something a little bit different, and I'm not gonna do like a full out wing. Now I will say this same mascara hasn't been my favorite. I've only opened it about 2 weeks ago maybe, and it's already gotten to the formula to be super thick and almost chunky. When I go to apply it, I have to be very careful I don't apply too much or it will just like really get into like thick globs. So I can't say that this is my favorite one. I still think that the Cali Ray or the Ilia, if you're looking for clean mascaras, is a little bit higher for myself anyways on how it delivers and how it applies. You can almost see when I pull it out, like look how much it will focus. There's just so much product gooped onto that brush, and it, like I said, it's only been about 2 weeks that I've had it open. It's not like it's been open for like a month to 2 months. Usually that's when it starts to get goopy and dry down and change the formula. So it's just something to consider when you're buying clean mascaras. Like my lashes to look that thick, like if I'm, for me personally, if I'm gonna go that thick, it's when I'm gonna add a false lash onto it. So it just looks thick and heavy. Okay, so wow. These are quite the lashes. Normally this is not my style lash at all. Like, this is quite heavy. Just in the photo she looked like she had very heavy intense lashes on. Putting these on me, they look a little bit more intense than even what she had on, but this is what I had to go with at home, so we're just gonna use it. It was the Sephora Craze lashes, but I also think in that line, like maybe something like the Flirty would have been really nice, and I think they have Charming as well in the Sephora collection lashes. Those might have been, it's just a little bit more toned down than these ones, and they would have passed as well for this look. But those are the lashes on. So next thing and last step is going to be the lips. So I have options here of thinking that I'm going to pair them together. I have the collection by L'Oreal by Doutzen. So this is Doutzen's color. It's a very like pale pink. And then I'm thinking just to top it with the Nude Sticks Candy Kiss gloss. So we're going to give that a try. So that is the lip color that I'm gonna go with. I don't have too many colors in my collection that are very fair like this. I tend to go more on like the deeper pink to the rosewoods, just because of my natural lip pigment. Now, obviously Taylor Swift is a lot fairer than I am naturally, so her lip pigment's gonna be a lot lighter. So whichever shade they used on her, it's gonna come out almost like a very fair, faint pink. For me, this is pretty much as fair as I can go, and without having to go buy more things for my collection that I might not use again per se for my skin tone. So we're gonna stick with this. I hope that you like that lip combo, and this is gonna be the final look. And before I do that, we're gonna set with some Charlotte Tilbury just to keep it in place. So if you made it this far, you made it to the end of the tutorial. I hope that you did enjoy this Taylor Swift one and you got some inspiration on how to recreate this look at home for any events that you're going to. I always do love like award season and the Golden Globes for celebrity inspiration, because I find that that's when they go out to the nines. They have their best outfits on, best hair and makeup done. So I always find that I pull inspiration for these more glamorous types of looks. So I hope that you liked it. Again, on my Instagram, I will have the photo with all the description of what I used today listed. So if you need to reference back for any products. And I hopefully will catch you in my next video coming up.